Hello YouTube, once again I'm back, and if you saw my last video, which was done just a few hours ago, it was done on Record Store Day. Today is April 19th, and that is the official holiday for Record Store Day. Now in this review, or in that video I should say, I mentioned I was going to do another album review, and I had one in mind, but I didn't want to give anything away. I wanted you to be surprised, and this is the particular album that I had in mind that I wanted to do. And I've gone back and listened to this again. I just went through another listen to it, and I'm ready to do the review. The album that I'm going to be doing is this one right here. Check this out. Oingo Boingo's Boi-ngo. This is Boi-ngo. This is their 1987 release. This is their fifth album. This is the fifth Oingo Boingo album. Really cool album cover. It's the only album cover with a picture of the band. And I like the way Boi-ngo is written. I like the red letters. I think that's pretty cool. So on with the review. This album came out in 1987. This is a very poppy and very commercial record, kind of along the lines of the previous one, Dead Man's Party, which was their most successful one. To date, the most commercial. This one's even another direction in commercial pop, I suppose. Some people don't like this album too much, I think. I mean, this is kind of divided amongst the fans. Some people think it's just too commercial, that Danny Elfman sold out with this one. But I'm going to give my opinion on it. I'm going to start doing the song by song status here. And we go into Home Again. The first song starts off with a little bit of keyboarding. It's got this weird keyboard part. Everyone comes in, and there's a big rhythm section, a good horn section on this, and Danny Elfman's going, "We're home again at home." Very, very catchy song. This one starts off the album really, really well. I really, really like this song a lot. So Home Again, which was, I think, a minor hit from them, is a very, very good start off to the song. This is great. So next we have Where Do All My Friends Go? This is an interesting song. This one starts off a cappella with Elfman singing his part, and then there's a chorus singing "Where Do All My Friends Go?" and this repeats for a while, and then all the instruments kick in, the drums, the guitar, the horns, keyboards, whatever. "Where Do All My Friends Go?" is very upbeat, very catchy, it's very danceable, very pop. Excuse me. And I like this one. This is another one I really do like on the album. I think this is a really good one. So that's Where Do All My Friends Go, number 2. Number 3, Elevator Man. This one's very interesting. This one opens up with what to me sounds like a talking keyboard part played by Mike Bostich. Mike Bostich opens up with this like weird talking keyboard part, and it's kind of normal tempo song, catchy. The chorus going, "Who's going down? Who's going down?" Elevator Man, which I think was a live staple for them for a while. This one's a very good one as well. I do like Elevator Man. So right now, so far, the album started off with 3 great songs, 3 really strong songs. So the album, as of right now, is really good. Going to New Generation. This one takes it down. This one just does not hit me. It just personally just does not really hit my soul for some reason. The first 3 really won me over. This one is just filler to me. This one's just kind of flat. I just could never really get into this one. New Generation. There's a little rap that Danny Elfman does toward the end of the song, which does show the time period of this. 87. Of course, rap was all over MTV, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, New Generation, I don't really have much to say on that one. And then we go to number 5. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why I'm reviewing this album, is the song number 5. One of the greatest songs by Oingo Boingo, "We Close Our Eyes." Starts off with upbeat, danceable drum beat by Johnny Betos. Then you hear this percussion boom, and then you hear what I can't tell is an accordion or just a keyboard part that Mike Bossage is playing. But it's really cool. It's this really amazing keyboard part, and then the vocals come in with "We Close Our Eyes." This song makes me think of a scene from a movie, like a high school prom in like a Brat Pack film, 16 Candles or whatever, with them playing as the school band, hiring band, playing this song. It would be a great scene for a movie. Those of you who are children of the 80s like I am, and grew up with Rat Pack films, know what I'm talking about. "We Close Our Eyes" is the hit. That's my personal hit single. That is a great song. I love "We Close Our Eyes." That's one of the reasons why I keep pulling this album back out, because of songs like that. So that's a good one by Boi-ngo. Then number 6. This was a huge hit for Oingo Boingo. This one is one of the catchiest, dance your, feet off to this song. This is "Not My Slave." Everyone knows this song. This is a great song. This is so catchy. The lyrics are funny, yet at the same time very, makes you kind of think. And this is exactly, if you are in this kind of relationship with somebody, you kind of want to tell them this. Even though this is a kind of a quirky, humorous song, it's actually very, very good, very upbeat, very much a party song. Good song to play at a Halloween party. "Not My Slave" is almost, or maybe just as good as "We Close Our Eyes," but this, I can see why this was a huge hit. "Not My Slave" is a classic Oingo Boingo song. This song is just great. And I need to mention the keyboards. There's some really good keyboard on this song as well by Mike Bossage. Mike Bossage's keyboard playing is just, on most of this record, is just great. He's a really good keyboard player. It's and he was only on 2 albums, but this was his last album with the band. But this is actually he's really good with this band. He's probably was the best keyboardist for the band. I love his work. I love his playing on this. So Mike Bossage was a great addition to Oingo Boingo. He was great. So. Great keyboard playing on "Not My Slave." "We Close Our Eyes" is great. "Home Again," really good keyboard on that. And then "My Life." Yeah, this one. I mean, this one just is another one that just for some reason didn't hit me. And I've heard this a bunch of times, and this one just never really. It never really got to me. I mean, the chorus is kind of interesting, but it just, I don't know, it's very synthesizer, horn section, whatever, but sounds like Oingo Boingo, but it's not what I would call a winner. I know there's probably a lot of Oingo Boingo fans that really like "My Life." Sorry, I just find this a filler to me. Number 8, "Outrageous." Well, it pains me to say this, but "Outrageous" reminds me of something that Huey Lewis and the News would do. Sounds kind of along those lines. "Outrageous." It's upbeat, it's pop, it's not catchy though to me. I don't know. It just doesn't hit me. Yeah, that's "Outrageous." The album ends with song number 9, "Pain." Pain starts off with like what sounds like this kind of heavy breathing part, or this percussion part, and there's this bass part by John Avila. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't do anything for me. It's another filler. Yeah, I find this to be a filler song on the album, and doesn't end it as strongly as it does when it starts it off. It starts off very, very strong, and in the middle it's very, very strong. The ending, nah, it's just sounds like a throwaway song. Sorry, Boingo fans. I know some people love Pain. I just don't care for it. That's my album review for Boi-ngo. I'm a little thing about this. Okay, they have 2 albums called Boi-ngo. They have this one and then the very last one they did. But the thing is, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this title right. Is this supposed to be pronounced Boi-ngo or is it Boi-ngo? Boi-ngo, because there's a hyphen there, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So, any Oingo Boingo fans can feel free to help me out. I've always called it Boi-ngo, but you know, then there's the other album, Boi-ngo, which was their farewell album. Not to be confused with the two albums. This is a very, very different album from Boi-ngo. This is Boi-ngo. I'm sorry to confuse anybody, but the Oingo Boingo fans know what I'm talking about. So without all that, I said everything that needs to be said about the album. It's time to give it a grade. This is a really good album that I like to go back to, and I believe this was the last album I bought from Oingo Boingo. This was the one that completed my collection. I have all of their studio albums. I have all 7 of them. And if I had to give this a grade, I'm just going to give it an A-. I really can't get anything lower than that. I just can't, because there's some filler that just does not work with this album. But it's got We Close Our Eyes. It's got Home Again, Not My Slave, Where Do All My Friends Go. It's got some really strong songs. The two in the middle being the best, We Close Our Eyes and Not My Slave. Those are just such great songs. It has its moments of filler. Some people might think this is the weakest one. I can understand why, and it might be the weakest, but still, it's still going to be one of my favorites. So, is it essential? For me, it would be. I mean, I have to have all their albums. I mean, it's just, this is an essential one, even if it's got some weak moments on it. So the grade for Oingo Boingo's 1987 record, Boi-ngo, is A-. That's the best I can give it. I think it would be a really good EP if you only had, you know, 5 of the 9 songs. You know, Home Again, Where Do All My Friends Go, Elevator Man, We Close Our Eyes, Not My Slave. It would be a really amazing EP. It'd be an A+ probably, but you got this filler in there. So, okay, I don't want to ramble too much, but that's my review for Boi-ngo's 1987 album Boi-ngo. It's an A-, and I hope you Oingo Boingo fans enjoy this review. I did a review. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I think it was yesterday. I can't remember, but there is a review up that I did of Only Lad, the first album. Check that out if you want to hear my opinion on that. And as far as I know, I'm the first one to have Oingo Boingo album reviews on YouTube. There might have been some at one time before, but I can't find them if they're still on there. So I'll be happy to do Oingo Boingo album reviews. If you have a request of any studio Boingo album that you want me to do, I'll be happy to do it. I won't do the compilation albums, and I won't do the live ones just because I don't have the live ones. Then I won't do greatest hits. It's just, that's not a real album to me. It's got to be an actual regular album with all new material, or just, I don't know. So there you go. There's your review. Your second review from me by Oingo Boingo. Boi-ngo gets an A-. I hope you enjoyed the review. I'm going to try to get back to some more album reviews. I'm on vacation, so I've been doing quite a bit. I've been making a lot with my camera. So I'll see you later on YouTube and see what else I have up in my ideas. I have a few ideas, some albums I'm thinking about doing, so stay tuned. You'll find out. It might be an album you'll be surprised with, might be one you really like. Alright, thanks everybody. Have a good day. Happy Record Store Day once again, and I will see you later on YouTube. Stay tuned. Goodbye.